so I have no an idea if it would appear me. This is the first time I've broadcasted my gameplay. However, I would like to broadcast myself upgrading this Minecraft village. I've already done a few upgrades. If you haven't noticed, I started over here with this marketplace, as it provided like a central point for me to do those things. I didn't really do much to the marketplace as those market stalls were already there. I added some lampposts, just a very simple differentiation from what was already here. I don't really like how there's torches on like a block on a post. I like things that look a little more simple, but also a little more elegant than the vanilla village lamppost. So I've just been replacing those as I've been going along. I haven't touched a whole lot on the rest of the village. I felt it might be better if I just go slowly, bit by bit. So I started, and then there's the 3 market stalls that were already here. I left the bell as it was, and then I made these flags to just kind of symbolize the village. It's in a sunflower plain, or close to one at least. There's all these sunflowers, very pretty. And yeah, so I dug these paths around. I made this well. I like how the well looks. I didn't really think about the bottom portion on the design for this terracotta, but the top I really like. It looks more like flowery, kind of like a sunflower. I kept the cobblestone around this. I liked how the cobblestone looked. And then I also made a wagon. So obviously there's no horses that can hook up to this wagon, but I made a little wagon. You can open it up in the back, jump into it. Yeah, so there's these few little starter things that I made. It's all made out of fence and oak wood, and then of course I used this spruce because I really liked how it looked all the way around. Let's see. I used the mossy cobblestone as I saw that it was part of some of the houses. So I used that to create like a kind of stair to go up into the next tiers. I didn't really want to do a whole lot of flattening for the natural terrain. I tried to, whenever I dug part of this out, I tried to make it look a little bit more natural, but digging out a little bit more of the surrounding terrain, but not too much. And then my second project was this farm. It was pretty nice. So there's I basically started off with 2 already or pre-generated farming plots. So the original was this one and this one, and I connected them with an extra one here in the center. I made it a little bit more efficient, in my opinion, by adding some, like, just a couple of water spots in a couple of places, and then I planted a lot of different things to see how that would go. It seems to be going pretty well, but I don't think the farmers actually do any kind of farming. So that has just kind of grown up. With this build, all I really did was, instead of using the oak wood, this right here, texture, I kind of liked how the stripped oak wood looked. So I used that instead to go all the way around. And then I used cobblestone wall and cobblestone blocks to create these pillars on the outside. I like how they broke up the brown oaky colors. Then of course this is oak fence, and then mostly along here is the oak gates. So I liked how they created a different pattern. So there's 3 and then 2, and then over here there wasn't enough to create a nice pattern, so I used some oak fence here and then some oak fence here to create a different kind of pattern. And then the half oak wood the half oak wood block just on the top right here, so it is a bottom block, obviously. So yes, and as I went, I added a few. I've added a few just to make sure that there is some lighting around in this area. I did this to kind of protect from anything coming in to the village, but anything inside the village can just walk up. Instead of having to jump, I created these nice little stairs, a couple of stairs here, just to make it a little easier for the farmers, instead of having to do a whole jump up onto these blocks. Since I had such a large area of farm to cover, and then also I've connected a few of these animal pens, and then I've also expanded a little bit. I've given a lot of light, so that way the animals can have light and not have monsters spawn at night. I have the mode set to easy, so that way there is no, or I mean, obviously the mode is created, so there's that. So I put down 3 compost bins, so that way there would be 3 farmers to do such a thing. And then there are these bees. Now I've noticed that with the bees, they can't enter their hives if they are full of honey. They'll wait outside their hives a lot of the time. So, but the farmers, they kind of just sit around these compost bins. They don't really do much with this, but I liked how it looked. So starting off with my actual first building upgrades, so this house was originally a farmer's house because it was directly across from a couple of these plant beds. So I decided that this would be the farmer's house that they worked out of. So I kind of upgraded the front here. So instead of dirt blocks, I've replaced it with cobblestone, and then I kept the idea of these oak trap doors, and the oak door, and the like regular oak planks, and the oak logs, and they already had glass panes. They didn't have just a whole glass block. I've added in a few of the banners because it was from over here. I wanted to kind of keep a running theme, and it wouldn't let me put sunflowers into these pots, so I had to improvise with these little daisies. Let's see, so when we come into the house, the floor is cobblestone, and I didn't like how there was just space here, so I put this on top just to kind of cover that space, and I like how it looks. And then there's nothing in these chests. I just have these chests here. There's kind of a shelf for another chest to go up on. Then I wanted there to be kind of like an archway, so I created this archway. Instead of putting in the oak planks to divide off the room and have just a two doors, kind of like how this is, I left it open, and I used upside down oak stairs, and instead of having it be 3 tall, it's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tall in this room. And then the banner outside is yellow with a starburst pattern. I kind of just used a regular yellow banner for these curtains, and instead of a trapdoor, I used a spruce oak, or a spruce trapdoor right here, so that way it kind of gave a bit of a different texture to this dining set that I made. So I didn't put a door here, simply because it was a little annoying and mobs kept getting stuck. I put a smoker here because there are animals outside, and since they're so close to the farmer's house, I thought I would put it here. Now this guy keeps changing his his thing. A lot of these villagers keep changing who they are and what they do, and oh look, it's an armorer. So just more storage back here. There's some shelves, but it wasn't high enough for me to be able to do that. So I did the same thing up here. More storage. It is a farm. They have a lot. So with some of these banners, I kind of put them over the windows. Some of the windows I chose not to. And then this one, since it was high up, I kind of just put the banners on either side to kind of have like an open curtain. And then this is the bedroom for whatever villager that sleeps in here. And I've used lanterns instead of torches in their houses. It made a little bit more sense considering their houses are mostly made out of wood. I just kind of wanted to stick with the aesthetic that they would have something more protecting. So that's the farmer's house that I've upgraded. This is just animal pens that I've created out of fences and gates, and I gave them some light. That wasn't too big of a project for me. It was just more of how did I want it to look and how did I want to divide up the animals. So I've kind of left the pack animals and the horse and the cows in the same larger pen, and then I kind of just spawned a couple of sheep, a couple of pigs, and a couple of chickens, and I divided those up. Nothing really goes out of town. Right here, it kind of just stops, so I haven't done anything yet with that. If I go further to upgrading this village, I might add some outpost houses, but since there are no pre-spawned buildings out in this direction, I haven't touched it. So we come to the second house that I have upgraded. I decided to keep this one a little more simple and change up the cobblestone texture that I had been using. So there is a little bit of cobblestone texture just because I wanted to play around with the different textures of stone. So there's cobblestone and stone brick and just regular stone that I used with this house. I played around with that, and then this is some polished andesite. I think that's what it's called. Oh yes, and also mossy brick where there was mossy cobblestone, and then like regular oak logs, and this lantern outside their door, regular oak door, and inside it's just oak wood. There's not a whole lot that I added to this house, but this is a fisherman's house, so he has a barrel. It makes him a fisherman. Then there's also like a crafting table, and then he has this I really like about this build is because if you've ever been inside a fisherman's house, normally whenever you come in, there's water right here with some trapdoors kind of keeping the mob from getting into the water. And these two blocks here. So what I did is I filled it in, and then whenever I came out here, there was some water surrounding the house and kind of like a little moat, and then there was some dirt blocks blocking right here. So I decided to just remove those dirt blocks and create a nice little waterfall that went straight down into this this generated river. So it's really nice to have that there. So then what I also added on to the house is I added another room. I added an actual bedroom for the fisherman. So if you can see, I just added on another room, gave him a little chest and gave him an orange bed this time, and then some curtains for a little bit of privacy. And then I put a campfire down in there, so that smoke could rise up through his chimney. And if we go outside, you'll see that I did with the roof. I kind of liked how the roof looks like this. There's another house somewhere here that kind of has like the same idea for a roof. So I continued the chimney upwards up until I got to about this point, and then I made the chimney look like this on top, and the smoke from the campfire rises up through the chimney, and it looks really, really beautiful. Looks really nice. Looks like there's a fire going. You can see a little bit of smoke rising up and out. If the chimney were any taller, I would probably have to cap it off up here and then actually extend it and then add in another campfire in this area to then make sure that you get the effective smoke. So then that brings us to our next build. So our next build is actually going to be this house right here. It's a very simple house. It looks more like a farmer's house. Little hearts over the beds, kind of, or the broken hearts over the beds, I think signify if a villager is actually sleeping in that bed or not. So, are you a butcher? No, you're the armorer. Okay. So the villagers, since I've been screwing with this village, the villagers have kind of been changing houses and changing beds and also changing their jobs multiple times. I honestly don't know how to fix that, so I've just been continuing on with the, oh, actually, that hasn't brought us to our next build. The other house that I have, or it was actually wasn't a house, there was no bed inside the blacksmith, so I upgraded the blacksmith a little bit. I kept a little bit of the original build, like how this is laid out, but I added this armorer's bench and an anvil and a grindstone, and then I've left the lava there. It looks cool. I've always kind of liked that idea, and then I've added a blast furnace and a regular furnace. So then if we come in here, this little area kind of acts as a shop. So similar to the marketplace, this would, I suppose, be kind of like a little shop. I need a little light here so that way nothing would spawn in this area. If I were to turn on like mob spawning. So here we have just the counter and then a little bit of that. That way mobs can come back here. I don't know why it's shut, but anyways, then this is just some storage that I wanted to include. There's also an extra door. I kind of wanted to keep with like the idea of a Skyrim type build in this, so I wanted to add a little bit of texture too. So I took some more glazed terracotta and put it into the actual store front area. Back here, it's just regular stone brick, some mossy stone brick. I also put up a few curtains just to add some color to the room. There's a pleasure table and a crafting table, and then some stairs go up from that place, and then we come up to the top. Normally the top here on a vanilla blacksmith house would be just some stone slabs and the top of what would be the lava down here. So what this is kind of just adding to that. So that way, because whenever I built this, I didn't really plan out the top very well, but I didn't want to go back because I liked how the bottom part looked. So I built up, and whenever I came out on top, I ended up being on top of the awning for below. So I've left this open, this whole area open, so that way the villager has a nice view of the sunflower plains, and he can come over here and look at the houses. He also has a nice view of all the animals below. And then we come to the bedroom. So there is a villager in here. I didn't do much. I gave him a little curtain and a little light and a bed. So that's that for this build. Now we can move on to our next build, and this house right here would be our next build. So I can clearly see that it is kind of a short little house. I don't know what I'm going to do for this house. Let's see. I've done a farmer and a blacksmith and a Fletcher already comes into here. So I don't think for this house it's close to any of the caves that are present also within this village. So what I'm probably going to do is make a just make like a little regular house. Excuse me, I yawned. Make like just a little regular house. This house shouldn't be too much. I also know that I don't really have any viewers. I am kind of just talking randomly to nothing. But yes, so this is just what I want to do. I guess since this is probably going up onto YouTube, if I do post this, or if it does post, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how all of that works. This is the first time I've done something like this. So yes, so let's just continue on with our build. So what I'm going to do first is add on to the back part of this this house. So, ooh. Let's get some breathing room too. Just a couple of blocks all the way around. That way I can have a little bit of breathing room for this build. That way I can see what I'm doing. Make sure that everything is correct. All right. So, yeah, what I'm going to do first is add on to the back of this house. So I'm going to just get rid of these blocks. And don't worry about the roof later. Sometimes I don't necessarily have a plan for the roof until after I'm finished. So let's see. I kind of want this house to be a little different from the rest. So let's go for actual stone walls. No, not stone walls. What am I going to do? Let's see. I don't necessarily like to have a design at first. I do want this house to be a little different from the rest, so maybe this person is just a little different. They'll have like a birch door. It looks nice. And actually, hold on. Maybe I can find out what I'm going to make this house be. So let's see. I've got a farmer, a cartographer. I could do cartography, which might be cool. Let's see. I could do a cartographer, a map maker. So that might be nice actually. So I think I'll go with cartographer. Yes, so cartographer. Yeah, so I think I'll go with the birch door. Just because they are just a little bit different than the rest of the people around. And I'm gonna need some glass panes. I'm also going to need some oak wood, and then I'm also going to need for let's see, I might actually I think I'm just gonna keep the cobblestone idea with that. Go for something like a little lighter though on the roof. I'm probably going to have birch wood for the roof. Yes, birch wood for the roofing. Then I'm going to need cobblestone for the floors, and let's see, this person's house is going to be very simple, so I'm not entirely sure. What I'm going to do, but for now, oh wait, hold on, I forgot. Give me back the glass pane. I needed that. Okay. So for now, I'm going to just, oh, that's what I forgot. I forgot the logs. Some oak log. There we go. Yep. Boop. And boop. And then I'm just gonna fill this in. Make their house just a little bit bigger. This room just a little bigger. So like this is the front area. So I think I'll just build this up. Bring that over. And same for over here. And this will just kind of block off the first room. Okay, yep, first room. And then what I'm going to need is to get rid of some of this. Okay, so get rid of some of that, and then once they come into this room, this is kind of, I guess, like the den area or the foyer or something. I don't know what a cartographer would normally have. Cartographers, I do know, are map makers. So if he makes maps, he's probably a little worldly. So he probably has a few decorations in this area. The house is definitely not going to continue onwards to this direction. I don't want it to get too close to this house. And it's not gonna, wait, it's not gonna continue onwards to this direction either. No, I don't think so. Well, I'll leave this front part how it is, and then I can build backwards and then outwards. Let's see. Well, we do go upwards, so maybe if I go backwards, I can then go upwards. So I'm gonna need some oak wood stairs. Definitely some oak wood stairs. Where are my stairs? Oh, there they are. Okay. So if I'm going backwards, then let's see. Boop. Oh, well, I really shouldn't have done that, but if I'm going backwards, then boop. And okay. Let's see, so I'm guessing this is where the stairs would start. So the stairs would start here and just go up. Oops. Yep. Okie dokie. Here we go. Yep. So upwards to actually right about there. That is basically where it would go. And then I can probably just fill this in with, how would I fill this in? Let's see. know if this is actually... if these are actually the corners. I think I'll actually leave this kind of like flat. That way there can be like kind of like an extra area and then it goes upwards. Let's see, so that way I can kind of just build into this. And I'll just since this is backing up to something and I don't necessarily okie dokie, so 1, 2, 3, and that kind of just brings us to where we should be for the next room. Now, I don't necessarily like building super big, extravagant things. But I do like kind of having things kind of symmetrical. So whenever I say a room, I mean like a 3x3 room. Sometimes I'll go bigger for the rooms if I see that I need to do so, but I don't, so I'm not going to. This house is obviously being built into the side of something, so I think I am going to come out here and just add a little bit of yeah, I think that looks actually rather nice. Could have it just like a strange you know, like a strange house, oddly shaped house. It could be. You know, just because. So this would be filled with wood. Oops. Oops. Oh wait, hold on. Yeah, so I'll just up and over. Now I do like the texture of the logs to follow a certain path whenever I'm doing things, just because, but because of this I don't think I'm going to continue it over because you know. So I just think it looks nice. It gives some kind of uniformity to the textures, and it also kind of fits with the rest of what I've been doing, building things around and up. So for that, I have this this strange area that I have started with. I'm not going to build any further over towards the fisherman's house. Let's see, so then I have this upstairs place that I am starting off with. It is kind of off compared to the rest, but that's okay. I think as a cartographer he would have probably a small like library-ish area, so I'm going to leave this open, probably make a nice archway. Then I'll figure out my windows later, or for now I'm just gonna I'm just gonna block this off, block this up, and there we go. All right, so I have this this opening area. It looks rather nice. And then it comes up here. I'm probably going to need like some kind of fencing to put right here. It would be rather nice to have some fencing. Then I actually might go up just one more because it seems like I need to level this off, but I'm not too sure. I kind of like how it just ends up this way. Boop, boop. Now, I don't know if it's going to continue over into this area, this bit right here. It might actually just go up. So yeah, so there we go. If I do that, it can continue upwards, and it's technically this is technically the actual second floor. If you do it from there, I could just have something in this space here. So this space here is actually going to just be a part of this bit. So what am I going to do with this? What am I going to do? Let's see. I could just leave it the way that it is. Kind of built into the side of the earth, like this. Actually, I think I do know what I'm going to do. Just give me a moment. Let's see, this is gonna be open. Okay. Yeah, I think I know what I'm gonna... Yeah. Yeah, I like this idea. Okay, let's see. I gotta have this, and it's gonna go right here. And Yep, this works out. This works out very nicely. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna do it like this because it kind of just, you know, adds on to it. Makes it a strange house to be in. Yep. Okie dokie. Okay, so this I like it a lot. So now we just plug this in. Okay. Yeah, that works out very well. So that kind of just makes that like a bigger area. Gives like a support beam there, and then it kind of opens up this for me to make it into yeah, kind of just makes it into like a double part here, so I'm just gonna fill this in. Oh, actually, well, yeah. Okay. Okay, yes. So, now my next move... My next move would be to create the rooms up here. So, let's just continue onwards. This is just kind of gonna continue up with all of this, so that's 1, 2, 3, and then fourth one on top, so that way I can come over. Yep. Yes, okay. I kind of like how it looks from a distance, to have it all kind of sectioned off like this. Nice aesthetic. And if you want to listen to this in the background while you also play, if you haven't noticed, I'm playing on a PlayStation. So just let me get all of this connected. I also like how beams look in the house once I have a roof on. And oh, there we go. Nice. So now I have this nice like 4x4 this like 2 room by 2 room area that I can now fill in. And look at that, the roof on the outside actually kind of helps me figure out what I'm going to do with the roof on the once I'm finished. So let's get started filling in these walls. And I can decide kind of where I want the windows to go on places. So I kind of like to experiment with the windows whenever I'm doing things, simply because I feel that it makes things look a lot better when I'm able to kind of just figure it out on the fly. I think it looks really nice. I don't do a whole lot of planning inside and out. I do it on the fly. I kind of just decide things when I want and how I want, and it works out pretty great most of the time. Okie dokie. This too. Alright, so now that we have our basic inside and outside for the actual house part figured out, it's kind of blocky, but it has a nice off-center to it, kind of like what I did over here, but this is actually more centered, whereas this isn't. It doesn't really have very many rooms to it. Villagers don't need a place to make food and all of that. They don't necessarily do a whole lot, so I've decided to just leave them alone. Let them do their own thing. Let's see here. Do I want a chimney? I don't think I want a chimney in the cartographer's house. So what I'm going to do here is I gotta get rid of this bed and this. Okay. So what I'm wanting to do here is let's see. Oh, let's just go ahead and figure out doors and windows. So door, cobblestone, cobblestone. Okay. So door, I like that. I like that a lot. We can also technically work on roof. Not right now though. That might take me a little bit. I need some time to consider how to do that. Let's see here. Okay. So that kind of just opens it up, has like a higher ceiling in here. Kind of a low ceiling. I think that's where he's going to do most of his cartography things. And then if we go up the stairs, this is where I'm going to have some fence. Let's see. Yeah, well, it doesn't really stare at much, does it? So we'll just leave that there. Now if I come up here, there is a whole separate space right in this area that I'm not really using, but I kind of like the idea of being able to look down. So I don't think that is going to be a problem. This will be a bedroom, however, so I'm going to block this off and place another birch door, just to give it a bit of a different texture compared to the rest of the house. Ah, yes, that is a beautiful view. I like that view. This kind of just looks on upon some trees, but that's fine. Again, just more trees. I think I'm gonna put this back, and yeah, I think there's just gonna be, well, I could just continue it like all the way across, like this. Give it like a bit of a wider view. I like that idea. I like that. So, yep. So then we're gonna go in here, and I don't think there's much to see from this point of view either. Well, actually, I mean, honestly, you're just gonna be looking out into the street. So, over this direction though, you'll have a nice view. I think I'll just do like a little peephole. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do, is it? Nope. Okay. Alright. Yeah, that gives it some differentiations. I like that. I like that. I do think I should have a window for the front though. So a nice little one to look out. Yeah, I think that breaks it up nicely. So now I'm just gonna put in the windows around after I figured out, oops, what I wanted to do. Not what I wanted to do. Okay. Mostly the windows are on the second floor here, but technically this is closer to the ground, so I don't think it's that bad. Alright, so now for the roof. The roof, I kind of wanted to have birch for the roof, simply because it's just a little different. I think it will brighten the house up a little bit. Let's just clear that hot bar, and then I can go ahead and grab the things that I need for the roof. Yep, okay. So I'm gonna keep with the same idea, the way this roof was done. It's just kind of gonna be a roof. You know, it's gonna be very simple. I mean, if you haven't noticed, it kind of just comes out a little bit. I've been doing that for all the houses, and since that is the standard for all the houses, I think I'm just going to continue that standard. Yeah, it looks just a little different. Kind of brings it out just a bit. I like that, so that's what I'm going to keep doing. And then once I've got the more basic parts out of the way, I think I'm just gonna I'll go back and do the underside to make it how with the upside down stairs. I don't think I like how that looks though. I think I messed up. I think I'm gonna do that. Maybe. Hold on. Where are my half slabs? Oh, there they are. Okay. Okay. Alright, so for this, can I do this? Huh, nope, I can't do that. Damn. Alrighty, how am I going to do this? This is a conundrum, because I kind of like how this looks, but whenever I go inside, it's going to be... Inside, I could just uniform it instead of having this upwards bit. Could do that. Oh, well, yeah, the inside kind of is going to look like this anyways. How do I combat that? Oh, this is a conundrum, because I really like how this looks on the outside. I really, really like it. It kind of just matches up with the door and makes the house stand out a little bit differently than the rest of them. I may just have to deal with it whenever I'm on the inside, though. Oof. Okay. Well, if the inside is just going to be covered up entirely, then I won't really see that, so I'll just continue with what I'm doing. And, we'll just have to deal with it later on. I'll go back inside and do something else. Oops. Okay. Alright, so now what I need to do is just go boop, boop, and boop, boop, and boop. Okay. Yeah, see, I like how that looks. It stands out differently from the other houses that I have done so far. What am I gonna do about this? Though, I mean, I could just continue on with how this is. It's just very square, so it would have a very, very tall roof to it. Ooh, I like how this is done. could do something like that, but just, you know, here. Let in some natural lighting, but that means showing the roof, and I don't want to do that, so I could also do something like this. Make it just a little different from the other roofs that I have been doing on larger houses. Conundrum after conundrum. I think I will do that. I think I'll just... There we go. Yep. Alrighty, how does that look? I kinda like it. Kinda nice. I'll just continue it because it does. I like how there's a lighter color in the texture than the others. So here we go. Alrighty. Now, I'm nearing about an hour into this, and I am getting tired, so after I finish this upgrade for this house, I'm probably going to end this live stream. Let's see. After I finish putting the insides in on this house, I'll probably end this live stream. Shouldn't be that bad. But I'll probably be doing these live streams pretty regularly from now on. Just really to pass the time in the evenings until I finally get tired. Alrighty, so let's take a look at how that looks. I like it. I like it. It seems different than what I have been doing. It kind of mimics these houses here. Now, what we should do is focus on some other things. So I'm going to take these planks. What else should I do? He is a cartographer, so I need the cartographer block. And let's see. Oh, I think I'll just go ahead and take some bookshelves. I mean, it makes sense, right? Let's see. Take some flower pots. And a mob skull. I think I'll just take a skull. Add a little bit of interest to what I have planned here in my head. We'll see how it looks. If I don't like it, then you know I'll just move on. Oh yes, flowers. Oh, I'll do an orchid. I don't really know what else I should do. So let's go inside. Oh, hold on. I forgot. Totally forgot. I need lanterns and I need some oak fence. Because I need to be able to light this guy's house up. Alright? There we go. Right, so cartography table. Skull seems pretty nice, you know. Okie dokie. So now up we go, up to here, and then I'm going to have to fill all this in, so that way if I were to make this in regular Minecraft in survival mode, you know, it won't fill up with mobs and kill everyone off. Actually, I just realized something. What? Does birchwood glow? Oh, it's like daytime. Actually, no, I'm not going to be able to do that. Okie dokie. Ah, looks nice. Looks add some texture, add some differences, you know. Then we come up here. So this is definitely the bedroom. So I'm gonna, let's see. I'd like another bookshelf, some nightstands, and a bed. Come here, bed. Where are they? Oh, there they are. Okey-dokey. Yep, okay. Close that up. Mm. Let's see. Stairs. There aren't any concrete stairs, are there? Like a little lounge chair, you know, do stuff with. Makes it seem just nice. Nice little house, nice little home. Let's see, I am going to need some banners. I think I'll do white in this house, you know. Just do a couple here. Lovely little cartographer house just completed. It is nice. Oh, it's gonna need some banners maybe? I think it might deserve like a banner. I'm not sure. Maybe I should. We should go over here and let's see. I could probably just copy this without having to go through all the steps it took to get there in the first place. So let me just get back some white wool and oh, yep, there we go. Aha. Okay. Put this on the cartographer's house. Like the outside of this house. A couple of banners. Banner up here too. There we go. Seems legit. Ah, there we go. What a nice, nice little house that I made. It looks a little different than all the other ones. It's looks very different from all the other ones actually. It keeps some of the same things. I use more white and birch on this than I have anywhere else. So whenever it comes to this, I'm probably going to cover up this stone with some dirt. Actually, let me go around the outside with some dirt blocks. Let's get the grass, just regular dirt, fill that in. Fill this in, cover up the what I have uncovered, and let me see. And it kind of just continues on up on its own. Let me just. Oh. Make that a little more convenient, I suppose. Actually, let me just cut this out entirely. I think that might make it look a little more natural. Okay. Yeah, there we go. A little bit more natural going into that. Let me see, what about this other side? I kind of didn't care about that, did I? So. Yep, there we go. Oh, there we are. Yeah, that seems a little bit better when looking at that. There we go. So yeah, it looks like it's been built into the actual hill. We figured out how to do the roofs, how to make it kind of look good. A little bit different with the roofing types and the textures. And I don't like how this is a tangent right here. I'm probably going to change up how this roof is done. I'm definitely going to change up how the house is done, because with this house I can extend outwards and downwards. I might just move it down an entire block in my next live stream, but this live stream has been going on for about an hour and 15 minutes, and I think I'm just going to end it there. I usually like to look at things, oh, perfect timing, I usually like to look at things after I have completed everything, but I also like to look at things with like during the nighttime as well, because looking at it after the sun has gone down, I can see exactly how well lit everything is on the inside, and see how the villagers take to what is going on in their town. So now that the sun is down, I can see how well I actually lit up the house and how well the street is going to be lit up from this point of view. I don't necessarily like to leave the villagers with unlit spaces in like the middle of their town. It doesn't really make much sense for a town where zombies and skeletons and spiders attack them and spawn at night. So yes, it looks very, very nice at night as well. A couple of sunflowers here in the yard. Yeah, I like how this looks at night as well. Looks very subdued at night. I like how the night kind of subdues everything. So now for a more far away shot. You can really get a look at it from further away. All the houses are very close together. But it makes sense, you know? So like this is the entire village. I have a lot of houses that I can upgrade later on. I may make another house that has this type of birch roofing. But you can see the town square is very well lit up. Where I have been working on is also very well lit up. Let's see. From this faraway view, it actually looks very, very nice. Oh, another yawn, sorry. It seems actually that it blends in very well with the rest of the town, even though the roof is a bit different. But because the roof is a bit different, I'm probably going to make another roof like that, but somewhere else in the town to kind of just dot this this different roof and make the whole town have a nice aesthetic. So, but as you can see, there are things around this town that make it a bit cool to test out different building styles and also help get the creative juices flowing. So that way, when I play in survival mode, I can have an idea of what I really want and actually how many blocks that I need of a certain type of block. It really helps out with planning. And in creative mode, I can do basically whatever I want without having to go through all the trouble of everything. And it kind of just helps put those things into perspective as I am going around and doing things. So yeah, that's it for now. So tune in next time.